Hello everyone and welcome back to Foot Forecast, and in today's video I'll be going through my Premier League predictions for Game Week 24 and starting off with Leeds at home to Arsenal. This is going to be a difficult game for Arsenal. Leeds have been a very difficult side to beat recently, especially at home, and going away to Ellen Road is never a nice fixture on the calendar. As well as this, Arsenal aren't in great form going into this game. They've dropped points in their last 3 Premier League games. And this feels like a must-win for Mikel Arteta because they need to start picking up points again because City and Villa have cut down their lead to 4 points. I think for this game, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw between Leeds United and Arsenal. Then we're on to the next game, which is between Brighton and Everton. I think this is quite a difficult game to predict. Both sides are pretty inconsistent sides. They've had mixed form recently. Everton have actually been quite a good side away from home this season, but I don't think they're going to win this game, and I don't think they'll get anything from this. I think Brighton are good enough to beat Everton, despite Everton having players like Njai, Dewsbury Hall, Jarrad Braithwaite back for this game. I am going to go with the Brighton win. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Brighton. Then we're on to the next game, which is between Wolves and Bournemouth. And Bournemouth recently haven't been great, but they did just get a great win against Liverpool, winning 3-2 in the last moment. And maybe that gives them a lot of confidence going into this game. They're showing signs of improvement under Rob Edwards. Do I think Wolves stay up? No, I think they've got absolutely no chance of staying up. They're way too far behind. But at least recently they've started to pick up some points. They've only lost 1 game in 2026, and that was away at Manchester City, so an understandable result. I think for this game, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw between Wolves and Bournemouth. Then we're on to the next game, which is between Chelsea and West Ham. So then we're on to Chelsea at home to West Ham. And if West Ham can get something from this game, I'll start to think they may be able to stay up and not go down to the Championship. Do I think this will happen? Probably not, despite players like Somerville, Jarrod Bowen and Matheus Fernandes starting to perform for West Ham. Fernandes and Bowen have been good throughout, especially Fernandes. I think he's probably been West Ham's best player so far this season. Chelsea at home, though, I think is going to be too difficult for West Ham. They've started pretty well under Liam Rosenior. They had a good result against Brentford and a good result against Crystal Palace. 2 games you'd expect them to win, and I think they'll once again win in this game. I'm going with a 3-1 win for Chelsea. Then we're on to the next game, which is between Liverpool and Newcastle. 2 sides that haven't been great so far this season. Both sides are out of form going into this game. Liverpool especially, who haven't won in 5, and Arne Slot is definitely under pressure, and he's going to need to start winning these sort of games to keep his job, and that's right now looking unlikely. And I think Liverpool are going to struggle in this game because I look at how Newcastle's set up. They're a big physical side. That has been a real problem, those sort of sides for Liverpool so far this season in terms of teams going direct, set pieces. And I think this is well suited for Newcastle to definitely get something from this game. Do I think they'll win this game? No, I'm actually going to go with a 2-2 draw between Liverpool and Newcastle. I think this is going to be a very good game to watch. Then we're on to the next game, which is between Aston Villa and Brentford. And Aston Villa are on a bit of a title charge right now. They were so good, I thought, away at Newcastle. It was such an impressive 3 points in that game. Unai Emery got everything spot on in that game, I think. Brentford are a good side, but on the road they have struggled this season. They are in 16th place in the away table. And I just think Villa are playing so well right now, and this is going to continue in this game. A concern is Youri Tielemans appears to be out for a couple of months for Aston Villa, and he's been one of the best midfielders in the league so far this season. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Aston Villa in this game. So then we're on to the next game, which is between Manchester United and Fulham. And I think this is a test for Manchester United in this game. And why do I say this? Because this is a game where they're going to have to dominate the ball. And United, statistically this season, have struggled so much when they've had to dominate the ball. And I don't think that's just an Amarin thing. I think United have the potential to be an excellent side, as we've seen in the last 2 fixtures, when they're playing on the counter-attack. But when they have to dominate a game at home against weaker opposition, then they can often come unstuck, and that's going to be the big test for Carrick. I'll be convinced by Michael Carrick when he wins these sort of games on a consistent basis, because that's what you've got to do to be a top club. And I expect Fulham to sit in and then hit Man United on the counter-attack and try to test this weakness out to see if it has improved under Carrick. I think we're about to find out that this is still an existing problem for United and not everything is solved yet. And even if Manchester United win this game, I still want to see this done on a consistent basis. Then we're on to the next game, which is between Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace. And I think this is a relegation battle game. If Crystal Palace lose this game, I think they're well and truly in a battle to stay in the Premier League. I still think they are now, but I'd be even more convinced by this. Because Crystal Palace are 15th in the Premier League, and they are 8 points clear of West Ham. But with the Glazner situation right now, with Palace in sort of disarray with losing all their players, I think they could potentially tumble down the table, and they need a couple of wins in a row just to get themselves away from the scrap. But I don't see this happening. I see a Sean Dyche masterclass in this game. I'm going with a 1-0 win for Forest. So then we're on to Spurs at home to Manchester City. And this is always a bit of a weird Premier League fixture. Spurs always find a way, it feels like, to win this game against Manchester City. But will they find a way this time? I think it's very unlikely under Thomas Frank, who needs to go as Spurs manager. He's nowhere near good enough, and I can't see Spurs winning this game. If they do, set pieces are going to be vital, as it's been all season with Spurs. Mickey van der Ven, Romero being the second and third top goal scorer for the season for Spurs. Looking at City, they haven't been great in 2026, and they're not a great side right now, Manchester City. But they've bought players like Semenyo and Mark Gahey, which should improve City as a side. And I'm expecting a City win in this game. I'm going with a 2-1 away win for Manchester City. I think they will find a way to win away at Spurs. What I would say that may give Spurs a bit of hope in this game is this, in theory, is a sort of game that still works for Thomas Frank in terms of he'll be able to sit in his low block and then hit City on the counter. And also, as a manager, Frank's got a pretty good record against Pep Guardiola. So there is a chance for Spurs, but I just think they're so low on confidence. So then we're on to the final game of the weekend, and it is between Sunderland and Burnley. Sunderland will be disappointed with their last result against West Ham, where they lost 3-1 away from home. And a key reason why is because Granit Xhaka was out for Sunderland. He is still out for this game, but you would still expect them to be able to win against this Burnley side. They're not a great side at all, Burnley, but they'll probably sit in and make it difficult for Sunderland. But Sunderland's record at the Stadium of Light this season has been so good. Burnley did actually win the reverse fixture early in the season, and against sides around them, they haven't been that bad, but it's hard to see them winning this game. I'm going with a 2-0 win for Sunderland. Let me know your thoughts on these Premier League predictions. Let me know your Premier League predictions, and if you enjoy this, it would be great if you subscribe to the channel as well as liking the video.